name is Jessica. I have been sober for 8 years now. I've been coming to ITS for 8 years. When I was growing up younger, I had a lot of sexual trauma that happened to me. I had a lot of physical abuse from my brother. Um, I was raped when I was 14 years old, and I gave birth to a baby girl, and she's going to be 16 now. Throughout her lifespan, up until she was around, I'm going to say 8, I was on drugs and I was using opiates such as like Percocet, things like that. And I ended up finding out I was pregnant back in 2016, which is when I started, which is why I wanted to get help with being on the drugs so that way my pregnancy would go smooth. Unfortunately, it didn't last, but I stuck with it. Um, but I have dealt with selling drugs, doing drugs, like I said, all the sexual trauma and things like that. And then also, um, I've had about 5 instances where I've had people get killed in front of me. So that brings a lot of pain to me dealing with that. I remember when I first started doing pills, I was actually pregnant with my son back in 2010, it was. And I remember the doctor gave them to me. I was complaining about back pain. Doctor gave me the pills, and I was instantly hooked on them. Um, After I gave birth to him, they switched me to a higher one, which I was at hydrocodone, and then I went to oxycodone. And from then on, I was stuck. My relationship I had with my son's dad turned abusive, and then basically when that happened, I knew I had to get away. I was still doing drugs, but I wanted to change not only for the pregnancy but for my kid as well. Being here, coming into ITS, the very first time that I called them, I'll never forget the phone call. I had to be here by 5 a.m. and I was nervous and scared, but I remember the first time that I took it, I felt so much better. I felt like a brand new person. Well, right now, actually, I've been living with my aunt for a couple of years. They're both, my mom and my aunt are there, and they're both users. It's very tough at times for me to stay sober, but I've done it for 8 years. I've had no dirty UAs, so I've stuck with it. And being there, seeing them getting high and stuff like that, it kills me, but it also gives me a lot of strength to stay sober. So, I just feel like me being here at ITS has saved my life. I've tried to do cold turkey before and it just didn't work. I think the longest time I went without using was 6 months. And I was working and everything was going good at that time, but I just don't feel like I could have done it without ITS. And then I met Ailie actually about a year ago, and she took me under her wing. Ailie has been such an amazing person. This girl has been there for me through thick and thin. She's coached me through hard times when I come in here and I'm feeling a little down. She helps me get the right attention that I need to, go to maybe to like a mental behavioral health center. I feel like honestly I could not have done it without Ailie. If she wasn't here, I would be kind of lost. She put me in the IOP classes, which has significantly helped. We do art therapy, that helps so much. And just, whenever I have something I need to talk about, or if I ever need anything, she's there for me.